Welcome back, everybody.
I'm Jim Johnson, and I'm immortal. Over to my right here is my good friend, Bob Bifford.
Hi there. You've made a good choice. You're about to play the greatest game in the world, Blood Bowl.
Well, I don't know about the greatest game in the world, but this is NoDak Express Gaming. My name is Adam, and today we're playing Blood Bowl 2. Blood Bowl 2, let me paint the picture for you. It's American football in a fantasy world played like desktop Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so you got the New England Patriots in Elder Scrolls, played with rolls of the dice. Blood Bowl 2 was released in 2015 and is based on the Blood Bowl tabletop game. Blood Bowl first got my attention when the first video game came out in 2009. At that point, I had been playing Madden and the NCAA football games, at least until they were canceled in the early 2000s, pretty much every year. And I just got a little bit sick of it, to be honest with you. It was the same thing every year, just with a different roster update, basically. As you can see, when you select the player, the area of movement is set forth on the board, as well as several blocks just beyond the normal movement range that have a dice shown in them. If you choose to move into one of those, you'll end up with a roll of the dice as to whether that particular move succeeds.
Ref seems to be very keen to get involved.
He's doing more than issuing fouls. He's making the fouls.
You already met the announcers, Jim Johnson and Bob Bifford.
I love it.
These two provide the type of commentary and delivery that we all wanted from the Madden and the NCAA football games over the years.
How would you explain a game of Blood Bowl to someone who hasn't experienced the joy and delight of it before, Bob?
Firstly, I'd say, under what toilet in the realm of chaos have you been hiding? Then
It's just perfect.
The Blood Bowl is a visceral, violent sport where two teams of players must get an inflated pig bladder or ball across a large field into the opponent's end zone by any means necessary to score a touchdown. The catch? There's only one ball, and the opposing team is trying to do exactly the same thing. A match lasts for 2 halves of 8 turns. The team with the most touchdowns wins.
Very nicely summed up, Bob.
So as we talked about, American football combined with Skyrim, combined with desktop Dungeons and Dragons. The success and failure of every action in the game is determined by a roll of the digital dice. Even whether the player successfully picks up the ball is calculated by a random number generator. It can be a little bit frustrating sometimes.
Has my approval.
As you may have noticed, even sometimes the referees get involved in the action. And God forbid one of your players gets pushed out of bounds. There is a good chance that player gets killed. At almost any time during the game, an event may occur, such as a pitch invasion that ends up knocking out random players.
Normally, the fans are quite furious here. It takes them at least 3 to 4 games to get them properly psychotic.
A high kick that allows the other team to get directly under the ball and catch it on the fly. Or weather that makes it more challenging to catch the ball.
Blisters and severe burns.
And you'd better hope that RNGesus is on your side, because if not... But luckily, when RNGesus taketh away, sometimes he giveth. However, every once in a while, if RNGesus is on your side, you might just score a touchdown. And then you get to see the cheerleaders. Interestingly, there are different types of cheerleaders to unlock. I never made it past the humans, but I would imagine there are orc and dwarves, that sort of thing. If that's what you're into, there's no judgment here. Not to be outdone by any particular football game, career mode, or story mode, Blood Bowl 2 has a campaign mode that requires you to sign players, sign coaches, and even get sponsorships for your stadium. As you can imagine, the campaign mode for Blood Bowl 2 is a little bit different than any other football campaign mode you may have experienced. In it, you're given control of a laughably bad team. The game uses 3 matches to teach you the ropes. However violent and risky those ropes may be. Galahad, Detlef, Gordon Schmutzer, and you can customize any of the players as well, from their name to their heads. My goodness. Oh, geez. Wow. Yeah, lots of options. I spent most of my time playing as the humans. They're fairly well-rounded, and their passing game was something I very much had to rely on.
So far, Bob?
Well, he managed to put some names in the roster so far, Jim. I wouldn't call them contenders for the Chaos Cup just yet.
You know, I don't want to be hyperbolic or anything, but Blood Bowl 2 really struck a chord with me. This is the type of game that I'll go back to in my free time. American football? I love it. Awesome. Fantasy setting and elements? Love it. Absolutely. Tabletop Dungeons and Dragons elements? Absolutely. Now, I didn't dive much into the multiplayer, but there are a lot of options for it. Much like Madden or the other games, there is a quick play option where you can select a previously generated team and just play a match or two with those players. Now, it's important to note that it's not all rainbows and butterflies here. I never discovered a way that you could sim or skip ahead. So if I ended up being ahead by 4 touchdowns in the first half, I couldn't quickly end the game, knowing that the computer was never going to catch me. Sometimes I'd get to the second half and simply end my turn without actually moving any of the players to try and speed things along. Did you play Blood Bowl 2? If so, be sure to post in the comments and let me know. Or if you have another favorite game that's kind of a mashup of genres. This was a lot of fun. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe. It's always appreciated. As always, this is NoDak Express Gaming. My name is Adam, and at this point I'll return to my sad and gloomy life. Thank you, Blood Bowl 2. See you next time.